just turned into
94.5 Whoa FM.
And this is unfiltered, untracked, and underground radio like you've never heard before. There are no sponsors, no scripts, and just the truth. This is your host,
Jed Mitchell.
Okay, Solstice. I know I don't usually stack stories like this, but the last day or two has been quite a ride. And I can't help but think they connect in a way I can't shake. So first, ValueTech. What was supposed to be a safe place of laughter echoing off the rusted rides and people trading, talking, pretending for a minute that the world wasn't ending, turned sideways. Two figures came crawling out of the fog, not like the other ghosts I've met either. There were no whispers, no warnings, just silence that hit harder than a scream. They lashed out at anyone that got close. A man got caught outside and ended up getting torn up pretty bad. I managed to get by with a little help from my friends, but the crowd scattered like someone pulled the rug out from everyone, right from under them. It was crazy. But at this point, the question isn't just what were they, but why they came there, to the heart of what we thought was safe. Some folks swear it's proof ghosts are changing. Others say it wasn't a ghost at all. Just angry locals wearing fear like armor. Either way, trust took a beating along with that poor bastard that got it pretty good. And now, you stack that against the other event that happened with the plane that came down. I'm sure some of you have heard it if you weren't actually there. But they managed to pull a black box from the plane that went down. You remember the storms rolled in, lightning snapped the sky, and we all heard that crack when the jet dropped? The first responders dug through the wreckage, found the recorder. I've been lucky enough to hear some of it. The captain and the first officer were calm. Weather reports said clear, until it wasn't. Clear skies, no warning, then walls of storm. Like it rose out of nowhere, and then static, and then silence. I keep circling back to this. The silence in the sky, silence at ValueTech, storms that shouldn't be, ghosts that shouldn't strike. Two completely different events on paper, but maybe the same hand is behind them. Or maybe not. Maybe it's all coincidence and I'm just another voice connecting dots where there aren't any. But I know this much. We've got the black box of a plane that fell from the sky and survivors cut up by shadows in the same time, short time span. So I'll ask the questions out loud since no one else will. Are the storms and these figures feeding off of each other? Is the island itself changing, bending physics and people alike? Or are we just seeing our own fare reflected back at us in the clouds, in the shadows, in every story we tell? I don't know. If you've got if you've got your own theories, please reach out on channel 945. And if you've got doubts, share those too, because I'd rather choke on too many answers than sit in silence waiting for the next strike. And before I end this broadcast, I am going to just play a little bit of the interviews that I've had after the incident down at ValueTech. I had one directly with the survivor, the man who got stuck, and he got it the absolute worst. I also had an interview with another man who was a heavy skeptic. He did not believe that, or he did not believe fully that these were ghosts. Could have been anything in his mind. But I'll end this on that note, and I'll let the broadcast interviews, do the rest.
It was because everyone's like, there's no ghost. You could go downstairs. It's going to be fine. And then it was indeed not fine. But after that, they got more aggressive as more people realized of their presence, I suppose. And then they hit me, they sort of scraped me across the head. And I started bleeding profusely, but they don't really go for any kills from what I realized. They're not. It's more of a defensive action than anything.
Now, call me a fool, but I've seen enough episodes of Scooby-Doo to know that when there's a big scary monster, there's usually just somebody behind a mask,
94.5 Whoa FM.